There are all kinds of relationships in life, right? But not all of them really truly get a hold of your heart. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most important connections of all, the one between a grandparent and a grandchild. We're going to explore how to make that bond something that lasts a lifetime.
All right, let's kick things off with a question. Think about it. Can you be a good grandparent without having a really deep bond? Sure, you can check all the boxes, right? Show up for birthdays, send the gifts, but is that really the same thing as creating a genuine, heartfelt connection, the kind that actually shapes a person's life? Author Mary DeBell argues, and I think she's right, that there's a much, much deeper level we can all reach.
And let's be real, the stakes for this have never been higher. In a world that is constantly challenging a kid's self-esteem, that strong bond with a grandparent, well, it's a genuine superpower. It really is. It's like this anchor of worthiness and love that can make all the difference in the world.
So let's talk about why this matters so much, especially right now. See, grandparents aren't just, carrying on a family tradition. They have this unique set of tools, honed over decades, that are perfectly suited to help their grandkids navigate the crazy world we live in today.
And this isn't your typical toolkit we're talking about. No hammers or screwdrivers here. We're talking about these deep, practiced skills, patience, forgiveness, real, true honesty, and just pure, unconditional love. And maybe the most important one of all, a long-term perspective. It's that kind of wisdom that only comes from living long enough to know what actually matters in the end.
Okay, let's zoom in on what might just be the most powerful tools in that whole kit: patience and forgiveness. And honestly, nothing illustrates this better than a simple, real-life story about a moment that could have gone, very, very differently.
So picture this, right? A 7-year-old girl is sitting on her Nana's bed. And it's not just any bedspread, it's one of those expensive, shiny polyester ones. She's painting her nails, and of course, she's got a bottle of acetone-based nail polish remover. You can probably see where this is going. The bottle spills, and as that acetone just instantly melts a river right through the fabric, the girl is absolutely horrified. She's sure this is it, she's finally crossed the line. But when her Nana walks in, she doesn't yell. She sees the look on her granddaughter's face, she touches her hand, and she says these simple, powerful words. "Sweetheart, it's just a thing." Wow. In that one quiet, personal moment, a profound lesson was taught. It wasn't about the bedspread at all. It was about grace. That single act of forgiveness is a perfect example of what's called benevolent patience. And it's a lesson that stuck with that little girl for decades. It just goes to show you how these seemingly small moments can have this incredible ripple effect through an entire lifetime.
Okay, so that story really shows the power of reacting with forgiveness, right? But building a bond is also about being proactive. It's about creating these consistent rituals that make a child feel seen and loved and cherished day in and day out. So, how do you actually do it? Well, here are 3 simple but really powerful rituals. First up, read together. It doesn't matter if it's in person or over Zoom, it creates this incredible shared world between you. Second, sing their special song. And hey, you don't have to be a great singer for this. Just take a simple tune like "You Are My Sunshine" and sing their name right into it. "You are my Jackson, my only Jackson." It becomes their song. And third, share a common goal. For one granddaughter named Clara, it's earning 100 points to spend a whole week with her grandma. It makes you a team working on something special together.
All right, so we've talked about actions. Now let's talk about the unmatched power of a grandparent's words. Because when you say something to your grandchild, it lands differently. It has this unique authority that can quite literally shape a child's core identity. The key here is to really look at a child, deep down into their soul, find one of their greatest qualities, and then say that kind and memorable thing out loud. For instance, one grandmother saw that her grandson, Brian, was this gentle, kind soul. So she would always tell him, "Brian, you are a peacemaker." And you know what? He held on to that his entire life.
Okay, think about the modern trend of self-affirmations, where a child tells themselves something in the mirror. "I am brave. I am kind." Now compare that to hearing it from a grandparent. In a child's eyes, grandparents are basically royalty. So when Nana says, "You are a peacemaker," the child internalizes it on a completely different level. It's not just a hope anymore, it becomes a fundamental truth about who they are.
And all of this, the patience, the rituals, those powerful words, it's all held together by one single, unifying philosophy. This is the core principle, the secret sauce that makes the grandparent connection so uniquely powerful.
It's been said that every single child needs at least one person in their life who loves them irrationally.
What does that mean? It means loving them all in, all the way, no matter what. And this right here is the grandparent's unique and most precious gift to give.
So why are grandparents so perfectly suited for this role? Well, it's because they have the zoom-out perspective. They've seen it all before, right? They've seen the temper tantrums, the bumbling teenage years, and every mistake in the book. They're not fazed by it. They know this is all just part of the journey, and they can love a child through all of it because they see the incredible person they are becoming.
So as we wrap this up, let's turn this around for a second. It's not just about what you do for them, but the legacy you leave within them. The final question to really think about is this. Decades from now, when your grandchild thinks of you, what kind and memorable thing will they say defined your love for them?